The women's 4x100 medley relay, 34 points. Great Britain in the centre line. World record holders. There's a team from Hungary. Young squad here, led off by Bianca Pap. Spain. Well, can they contest for the medals? In this one, there are record holders. Great support here in the arena. Great Britain led off by Stephanie Millward. Russian Federation have got a very strong squad. Wait for the welcome here from the host nation. Portugal go in line number 6.
Well, there's someone who is pumped up and then some. Well, in this race, 34 points can be made up from any combination of classifications, but there are 3 classic combinations: 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 7s, 2 10s, 2 8s, and 2 9s. As a general rule, what you want to do is spread the points evenly across your team. Well, the Russians have got 8, 8, 9, 9, 9. Great Britain are going to go 3 9s and then a 7. And, well, we're going to expect to see Hungary with Bianca Pap in lane 3 take the race out, because they are both starting with S10s. The backstroke, Stephanie Millward. Great Britain will burn up 9 points with this first leg.
Yeah, Great Britain 9 points. Bianca Pap 10 points here, and the Hungarian team are going with 2 10s, a 9 and a 5 on the breaststroke leg. Fanny Illich, so she will have to minimise the damage of the lower points there. Fanny Illich on that second leg. Bianca Pap has around about a 1 second lead on Great Britain, with Russia further 3 seconds down. The Russians going with their S8 swimmer on the first leg, Maria Pavlova, but a good swim again from Stephanie Millward, but keeping in contention with the Hungarian team and keeping the Russian team a fair distance back now. Lane number 5, the Russian team now going back down into 4th position. Bianca Pap is going to lead for Hungary, but a good leg there from Millward for Great Britain.
Well, the Spanish team not going particularly well. Would have expected to see them. It's a pretty good change. They've just put Soraya Gascon in the water, but she's swimming out of stroke. Certainly not a main thing, as Great Britain move away now with Harriet Lee on the breaststroke. They will have gone through 18 of their points, leaving them with Claire Cashmore as a 9, and then finishing with Susie Rogers as a 7. Well, Hungary, well, they're well out of it now, because they are on a 5 with Fanny Illich. The Spanish will manage to put Maris Soto in the water, and the Russians have Alessia Vladikina, but it is Great Britain running away with this now, Paul.
It is Harriet Lee with a very good swim, and Vladikina trying to come back to Soraya Gascon. That's the battle for 2nd position, but it is a gap that Great Britain are very pleased to have at this stage. Harriet Lee, as they come to the halfway point, has a big lead over the Russians in particular, because they might be the big threat to Great Britain here. And a good swim from Harriet Lee. Vladikina is going to come through into 2nd.
Well, great change from Great Britain. Claire Cashmore judged that absolutely perfectly as she comes now onto the butterfly. She's been working on this new butterfly technique, and it seems to be paying off for her very well indeed. Well, Spain and Russia very close for 2nd and 3rd. We'll try and keep you across that as the race unfolds. Great Britain, of course, are going to finish with an S7 swimmer. The Spanish will finish with Teresa Perales, a 5, but the Russians will put Natalia Mamlina, who is a 9, into the water. So the Great Britain team really have to get as far away from the Russian team as they possibly can to allow Susie Rogers to to have that lead eroded as they finish off this 4x100 medley relay.
And Claire Cashmore doing a great job for the Great Britain team. The lead when they went over at the halfway point was some 10 seconds, and Cashmore holding on to that lead. Grazdanova coming back for the Russian team, but the gap is a significant one. From 15 meters as Susie Rogers goes into the last leg. We'll keep an eye on Grazdanova here. The gap, and the Russians are going over now. It is more than 10 seconds, 12-second advantage, and that surely is enough for Susie Rogers to hold it off Mamlina on the last leg.
Well, it's Great Britain versus Russia now, but it's just going to be too much for Mamlina to take out of Susie Rogers, I think. Susie now just coming into the final 50 meters. She's round the wall, makes a good job of it. She's up. And Mamlina is desperately trying to claw back the ground. The Spanish are out of it with Teresa Perales. They can hope for bronze. The Hungarians will come back again.
The European title in the 4x100 meters medley relay, 34 points. Susie Rogers touches for goal for Great Britain. Mamlina did close the gap, but not enough. It's silver for Russia. The gap in the end was some 5.5 seconds. And what a battle for the bronze. Teresa Perales holding on now. The Hungarians coming back strongly. Is it going to be Spain or Hungary? What a finish! And it is Hungary who gets it in 5:15.11. And that was Luca Sauce on the last leg, and the Hungarians are delighted with that finish. 15/100ths of a second separating third and fourth, but 5 seconds separating first and second. And it was Susie Rogers anchoring that Great Britain team. A great performance by the GB ladies.
Well, the Hungarians absolutely over the moon to win the bronze. Well, here come the final team, the home team. Portugal just coming in to finish now, and the entire poolside standing ovation and a huge cheer for the team from Portugal. They have been fantastic hosts for us here in Funchal for a wonderful competition. Well, there was the start. Stephanie Millwood did a great job to not lose too much ground to the S10s. And well, Harriet Lee really eroded the rest with that great breaststroke that she's got. Very high breaststroke style, great technique. This is the Susie Rogers final leg changeover. Claire Cashmore doing well to finish on the full extension. And Susie Rogers, well, the rest of her team had given her enough of a lead to fend off the challenge from the higher class swimmers either side of her, but she did a superb job to consolidate the lead. It was just too much for Russia to be able to make it up. And the final gold medal of the European Open Championships will go to Great Britain. A time of 4:53.15.
Rogers coming in to the finish, to the delight of her teammates. Harriet Lee congratulating Susie Rogers. Fantastic swim from the GB girls to take that final relay medal, the final medal of the Open European Championships here in Funchal. The women's 4x100 meters medley relay, 34 points. Title goes to Great Britain, with the Russian Federation in silver medal position. Hungary winning a close call.